I'm Prabhu from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ken Godler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inay Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Amrita Priyadarshini and this is FPC News. Tonight, 2 dead in horrific road accident. Evacuee numbers drop as people slowly return to their homes. And potholes left behind by heavy rains frustrate motorists. Two men died in a horrific road accident near Tongalevu outside Lami today. Pictures sent to FPC News minutes after the accident shows the mangled remains of the vehicle driven by the victim and a truck that it allegedly hit. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro says the driver died on the scene while the passenger died on his way to the CWM hospital. Naisoro says the circumstances surrounding the cause of the accident is still being verified. Evacuee numbers have decreased with evacuation centers in the east now closed. The 179 people it sheltered last night have returned to their houses to start the massive cleanup 3 days before Christmas. The National Disaster Management Office has confirmed 85 evacuation centers now remain open, dropping from yesterday's 119. Evacuee numbers now total 2,433 across 3 divisions. In the Central Division, there are 30 centers open with 910 people. In the Northern Division, 339 people are sheltering in 18 evacuation centers. The biggest number of evacuees of 1,184 are in the Western Division, spread across 37 centers. NDMO continues to advise the general public and those affected by the widespread floods to boil all drinking water, with a high possibility that some water sources may have become contaminated with floodwaters. And potholes left behind heavy rains during the onslaught of Tropical Depression 04F has got many motorists frustrated. While authorities are scrambling to get them fixed, questions have been raised on the standards of roads, as many that seemed to be in perfect condition before the heavy rains are now riddled with potholes. Senia Nimboila reports.
These are road conditions in and around the capital left behind by torrential rain. Motorists who have to put up with these conditions on a daily basis understand that it's not man-made, but some claim it to be a constant occurrence in times of heavy rain.
Condition of the road is very bad. For the past few weeks, the roads are very bad, and we have to pay a lot for repairing our car.
You can see potholes everywhere. Very bad.
The Fiji Roads Authority have acknowledged the concerns of motorists.
I know some of the potholes are very large and very deep, and we'll be doing emergency repairs on those.
While assurance have been made that it will be fixed, potholes aren't very high on the FRA's priority list, meaning motorists will have to brave these road conditions a while longer.
I'm very aware of the complaints that we're starting to receive about potholes. Yes, we are very conscious of that, and we're doing our best to manage that situation, but our priorities at the moment are clearly on getting roads that have got washed out culverts and crossings open for general use.
Heavy rain and flooding over the last few days have racked up a total damage bill of $8.5 million for the Fiji Roads Authority, who, according to Hutchinson, are well underway with repair works. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Fiji's tourism industry is open for business, says Tourism Minister Fayaz Koya. Koya says while Tropical Depression 04F has not directly affected the hotel industry, Many town areas were affected, which could hinder provision of supplies. He adds the government will continue to focus on developing infrastructure for the tourism industry.
In terms of the entire tourism sector, ladies and gentlemen, the government has set a target about 2.2 billion industry by the end of 2021. And the ministry is in the final stages of completing our tourism plan that will set the guidelines for development in the tourism industry.
Repairs to all schools affected by Tropical Cyclone Winston are expected to be completed by October next year. This was revealed by the Ministry of Economy's Construction Intelligence Unit Manager, Mohammed Shah, while briefing Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama today. The Prime Minister was told that out of the 162 affected schools, 306 buildings were newly constructed, 836 buildings needed major upgrades, 54 needed minor works, while 5 schools are on hold.
Just the area where the early second quarter in 2016 and third quarter here, whereby again charged with having engineers were carrying out the pro bono exercise and other detailed assessment and detailed documentations. So from late third quarter to fourth quarter, and that's where the whole activities happen, whereby tender process right up to approvals are happening.
The teachers need to be housed properly,
so
that they can teach properly. Okay.
Do you want to show him the document?
Coming up on FPC News, President spreads good cheer.
May nakaulebu na tiala tilebu au saboro tunga en radio Fiji1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan yato
ebi nakabeyaw na radio Fiji1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan na evangolite ay rakiraki
kay mami mamarama ni Northland kay mami daw talenta kaya na radio Fiji1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan yato
na radio Fiji1 nando may biti na po ang ganbiyan yato.
Welcome back to FPC News. A senior civil servant facing corruption charges will take his plea in February 2017. Viliame Katia was charged by the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption and appeared at the Suva Magistrates Court this morning. Katia, the former acting deputy official receiver for the judiciary, is charged with 3 counts of abuse of office for gain, 4 counts of forgery, 1 count of embezzlement by servant, 1 count of false information to public servant, 1 count of unauthorized modification of data, and 1 count of obtaining financial advantage. Katia allegedly stole more than $4 million over a period of 8 years. The second phase of disclosures in this matter is to be served by January 2017. The matter has been adjourned until February. President Major General retired Chiyochi Konrote today visited the St. Christopher's home in Nakasi and gave the children gift hampers. The home has 27 children between the ages of 1 to 21 years. 2 girls are studying at tertiary level while 1 has already graduated. The home has 9 staff and 2 sisters who cater for the needs of the children. During his visit, the president encouraged the children to eat healthy and lead by good examples.
The world today needs us to be more compassionate, needs us to be more loving and caring towards one another. As we speak and as we celebrate Christmas, let us think of the children of Aleppo, Syria. Let's think of the children elsewhere.
For the first time in Fiji, commercial outside broadcasting will be brought to your television sets. Last night during Today FM FPC Corporation Movie Night, Chief Executive Riyaz Sayed Qayyum launched a new initiative. Sayed Qayyum says the outside broadcasts or OBs are intended to give sponsors a live visual platform to showcase their products. The TV OB will start in February, and the first sponsors are RB Patel, Vinod Patel Home and Living, and Sridhar Motors.
Just like you have radio OBs, you go live on radio and do reports from supermarkets and from other business outlets, we can now do live TV OBs as well. And these will be done on Saturdays. And so basically, if you've got a business, we will come over with our TV cameras and we will do a report from your premises, and it will be beamed live on television. So you can interact with the public on a live basis.
Turning overseas, and a manhunt is underway in Berlin following the Christmas market massacre which left 12 people dead. Islamic State has claimed responsibility, but the only man arrested is being released due to a lack of evidence.
The 25-ton weapon that caused carnage with devastating simplicity. The decorations it toppled still caught in the windscreen. But after the lorry was removed today, the crime scene cleared, investigators had to start all over again. Last night things seemed clearer as a suspect presumed to be the driver was detained. The lorry from Poland, a refugee from Pakistan, perhaps inspired by Syria. Although prosecutors said they still assume it was an act of terrorism, there was a disclaimer.
We have to get used to the thought that he may not have been the perpetrator or belong to the group of perpetrators.
Earlier, in pursuit of more details about their suspect, special forces raided a refugee centre. But by then, Chancellor Angela Merkel had already tried to set the tone, prepared for a backlash against her policy towards refugees.
I know it would be especially hard for us all to bear if it were confirmed that the person who committed this act was someone who sought protection and asylum in Germany.
She then went to the scene of the attack, where she laid flowers at the spot where victims were killed. Investigators cannot afford to be so reflective as they try to establish who it was who hijacked this vehicle from its Polish driver. The lorry company said its last contact was made around 3 p.m. yesterday. GPS data shows the truck's engine was started 3 separate times later in the day, as if someone was practicing how to drive before it drove off at 7:34 p.m. Then, shortly after 8 p.m., the lorry was driven along Kantstrasse into the festive market beside the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church. The impact is unbearable, and it's compounded by uncertainty. Some of the conclusions made about this tragedy still stand, but more than a day on, there is so much that we don't know.
Now with the latest in sports, here's Jamie.
Thanks, Amrita, and good evening in sports after the break. 12-member Fiji Barbers Sevens team to be announced tomorrow. And Prasad will not run for re-election. This and more coming up.
Bula, I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Fiji Chess Federation may not hold its national championship this year. The tournament is usually held in early December, but the federation was thrown into chaos after the World Olympiads in Azerbaijan. FBC Sports has received information alleging that an official, while in Azerbaijan, got drunk and offended a female member of the Fiji team who has lodged the complaint with Fashionok. Fashionok CEO Lorraine Ma has confirmed receiving the complaint and says they have asked the Fiji Chess Federation to resolve the matter internally. The 12-member Fiji Barbarians 7 squad for the Sudamerica tournament in Argentina and Chile next month will be selected tomorrow. Former Fiji Sevens mentor Jositeki Savo will take over from Nathaniel Idhawanimbuka as coach of the Barbers from next week. Vaisnal Prasad reports.
Jositeki Savo gets another chance to prove himself on the international stage after being roped into the Fiji Barbers coaching panel.
Opportunity to take the Fiji Barbarian side and was working with Nada and they've been working for the last month and there's a couple of good boys in the team.
Savo's first task is to select best 12 from the 20 players. This is the first time Fiji will take part in the Sudamerica Sevens.
To select the best 12 and I think all the players have been coping up very well during training session and we will be looking at not taking injuries by the players and it's really tough to select the best 12.
Players had a last chance to impress today during an intense training run with Fiji Sevens interim coach Nathaniel Tawanimbuka. Missing from camp is Vatemo Ravovo. Apisai Domolailai went through a light session.
Apisai is doing rehab at the moment. He's in camp with us. He's on a special program as well. And Vatemo Ravovo is yet to join camp. We're hoping that he can join us. Hopefully before this weekend. But the earlier we see him, the better it is.
Players like Aminoni Nasilasila, Alifreti Vaitokani, Drusiate Tandulala and Kalione Nasoko are expected to make the cut into the final 12.
The arrangement we're trying to have is to have international club tournaments, invitational tournaments that our development team can go to. This is one of them, to South America. Hopefully in the new years we'll have a few more tournaments that, once we're having the main squad traveling to the main HSBC series.
This is not the end for these players. If they prove their worth, they could be called into the national team for the Sevens World Series. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Suva Football President Mahendra Prasad will not run for re-election in the new year. Under his presidency since 2008, Suva has won a number of local tournaments and has also qualified for 2 OFC Champions League tournaments. He says that it is time for him now to concentrate on his business and to spend more quality time with his family.
I think it is wise that I spend more time with my family and living my family's day and night with Suva Soccer for 8 years, which I think I have done great for Suva Football. And then I also have a small business, Power Electric. I should spend, I think, more time.
The election for new president will be held on the 14th of next month. In Super Rugby, Blues captain James Parsons thought his rugby career was over. Parsons is still battling back from a concussion he suffered in provincial rugby 3 months ago. He admits the recovery process has been tough on him, but he wants to tell his story to help keep head injuries out in the open. The Indian cricket team pulled the curtains down on England's winter of discontent. The hosts clinched the 5-match series 4-0 with an innings and 75-run victory in the 5th and final test in Chennai yesterday. Spinner Ravindra Jadeja was the hero of the day as he returned exceptional figures of 7 wickets for 48 runs, the spell doom for England. That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Amrita with business.
Unit Trust of Fiji and the Fiji Electricity Authority signed an agreement today to promote savings and investments for FEA employees. Unit Trust Chief Executive Vilas Chand says the Employee Investment Scheme is a platform for employees to regularly invest their funds through a salary direct deduction arrangement. Savara Tambua has more details.
More than 700 FEA workers are likely to benefit from this scheme. FEA Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says the initiative will increase the overall wealth of workers, especially upon retirement.
It'll be an additional saving to your FNPA. So I think it's good that if you save more money in addition to what funds you have for retirements in FNPA, it will go a long way.
Unit Trust Chair Shainaz Vos says this is one of the biggest investment schemes. Dividend payouts can also be expected through the scheme.
We've been paying dividends, and I think those dividends over the last few years have increased, definitely increased, and we see it staying that way, and I'm quite confident that it will remain that way.
Trusts so far have registered more than 15 entities, and the scheme is available to more than 5,000 employees Fiji-wide. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Conditions were sunny, warm and humid across the nation, accompanied by few afternoon showers. Taking a look at the temperatures, and they were in the lower 30 degrees in most centres. For tomorrow, clear sunny spells with few clouds can be expected around the country. Looking ahead to Saturday, clearer conditions with prospects of showers in the northern division. At sea, west to southwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Winds turning and becoming predominantly southerly by tomorrow. Moderate seas are expected. Recapping the main stories. 2 dead in horrific road accident. Evacuee numbers drop as people slowly return to their homes. And potholes left behind by heavy rains frustrate motorists. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Onto our poll question. This week, we are asking, do drainage issues need immediate attention? To answer, visit our FBC website. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or simply #FBC News. That was FBC News for tonight. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good evening.
It's me, Simsta here, right from the Rekaniki town. और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट शो में मैं सुनता हूँ, जब ब्रेकफास्ट शो में रहता है आशनील और संगीता के साथ, इसी के साथ सुनते सुनते 11 से 2 भाभी दी का शो जितेन शामिल. You know something? Rekaniki मिर्ची FM is hot.
मैं हूँ श्वेता, दुकुशा नर्सरी से. लोग देखते हैं ईद का चांद, लेकिन मेरा चांद तो मिर्ची FM है.
हमारा नाम जाबिर है, हम कोर्निविया नसोरी में रहता है. मिर्ची FM हम सब टाइम सुनता है. मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम है. मिर्ची FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.